Congratulations to Miguel Cotto, who stops Daniel Geale in the 4th round of his big fight at the Barclays Center in New York. Coming to the fight, my biggest concern was about Daniel Geale and him losing the weight. And, you know, it still is a concern, the fact that he lost the weight, what sort of punch resistance Geale actually had. And we found that out as soon as Cotto actually engaged and landed something heavy on Daniel Geale. Geale was on the canvas. The combination that led up to it, I think it was a body shot, a headbutt, and then a left hook. Now the headbutt hit Daniel Geale flush on his face, and then he was hit with a left hook. It wasn't an intentional headbutt, but the left hook was definitely intentional. There was an I think for the first 3 rounds, Cotto was having a look at Geale, to be honest. He was looking at him. And the 4th round was like, he said, you know what? It's time to get you out of here. So he just went out there and threw the left hook, set him up nicely, body shot, left hook to the head. And then the finishing off, obviously, as we said, left hook to the body, left hook to the head. You know, Cotto is a vicious finisher when he does finish. Really did a number on Geale. I was disappointed in Daniel Geale, another fighter that boxer not using the skills that you have. I wanted to see Geale, use the jab more, box Cotto, and lean on Cotto, be the bigger man. He did try, and you see, even when he fought Gennady Golovkin, he said he made some adjustments. But clearly, Geale didn't make any adjustments because the same way he got knocked out by GGG, which is basically engaging. Why do you want to engage in the way you're engaging? You're not a boxer puncher. You're a pure boxer, but you're not a boxer puncher, which is a difference. If you're a boxer puncher, you can engage in a manner, and you can take a chance and throw right hands and. But this, when you start engaging with the guys who are naturally bigger punchers than you, and you put yourself in harm's way to getting caught with sort of shots. Geale was boxing the way he should be boxing, as opposed to changing his style up and trying to have a brawl and have a fight with Miguel Cotto. You're just bringing a fight to Cotto, because you can't be bothered to actually use your boxing skills. And again, it's disappointing. And sometimes you look at the trainer and say to your trainer, well, you're fighting for the middleweight championship of the world, a guy who's significantly smaller to you. Be the big man in the ring. Use your advantages, but you didn't box using advantages. You want to try and have a tear up. So, you're a boxer trying to have a tear up and you can't punch. Great. So you deserve to get knocked out. So it's one thing having the skills and the ability. If you don't use it, and then you go into camp with no sort of strategy. You talk about how you're making adjustments. This is one of the things I can't understand about boxers. They say to you, you know what, I learned from my fight from GGG. But he didn't. Because you learn, you engage with a guy. If you look at the punch that knocked Geale down, he was throwing a punch. He was engaging with GGG. So he engaged with GGG and got caught. So they both got hit at the same time. But Geale fell on the canvas. So, it was a good win for Cotto. He showed determination. I don't know why people keep saying he threw a lot of punches. He didn't. He threw sparing punches. He'd come in, throw 1 or 2 punches and get out. Go in, throw 1 or 2 punches and get out. Almost the Floyd Mayweather way. So you throw 1 or 2 punches and make sure when you get in, you're throwing hard punches. Not just, your jab. If you're coming in, you're throwing a hard jab. If you go into the body, you're throwing hard to the body. And that's what Cotto's going in and out, side to side, in and out. Cotto looked good. I've got to say, he did look good. Geale tried to catch him with the right hand. Cotto was nicely able to slip it with the chin tucked behind the shoulder, which is very nice, and slipping and turning away from the punch, which is very interesting to see how Canelo fights against Cotto. But it was a good win. I'm again disappointed in Daniel Geale. Again, how much of that weight draining and losing that weight. I don't care what anybody tells me about he rehydrated. When you're training, and you getting yourself down to 157 pounds, and you haven't been that weight for donkey's years. I mean, Geale was a light middleweight years ago. But at 34 or 35 years old, when you lose that sort of weight, certain nutrients you don't get back in 24 hours. Don't care what anybody tells you. I spoke to James Ali Bashir. It's just water sitting in your body. It's not nutrients, you know. So I think this myth about, well, if I drink water, I'm going to rehydrate. You're just going to be full of water. But does that give you the nutrients necessary and the electrolytes and the nutrients necessary for you to be able to fight well and be able to absorb punches the same way? So basically, you lose the weight, and the water on the brain, from what I was told, the water on the brain normally is round the brain, is reduced, so you're susceptible to taking punches, or reduced resistance to punches. So, and it looked like as soon as Cotto actually landed something, first time he landed something heavy on Geale, he was finished. He was really hurt. So, is Cotto that big a puncher, or is Geale's punch resistance gone? That's the question. So, yeah, but congratulations to Miguel Cotto. And in terms of Geale, poor game plan, absolutely poor game plan. A non-puncher trying to trade with a puncher. You're always going to come off second best. Okay, thanks for listening. I'm out.